Here are 2 more things that you can do with the monorail glitch in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm going to start this video with a tutorial of the basic trick, just in case you missed yesterday's videos or if you're running into a problem, because there is an issue that you might have encountered that gets in the way of you getting the most out of this trick. Alright, so we grab our monorail station and we place it, and I'm just gonna pull out one track, grab another station, and we're gonna place that. Alright, so far so good. We're gonna attach another track, extend it out. You wanna keep the track straight. And then we're gonna move this one out a little bit. That's about enough space. We're gonna raise the terrain in between here. Raising it up. Beautiful. Now we're gonna grab this one again, add even more track. And we're gonna move this monorail station again. Move it, move it, move it. Here we go. All right, so you see that issue right here, obstructed by monorail station. You might run into that and think, okay, for some reason I can't make the track any longer. There is a solution to this actually. So we're just gonna place this one back here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna extend this one out. Bam. Now, of course, you could just go this way, but if you don't want to, if you want to keep extending it this way, just move it a teeny tiny bit. There, so I'm grabbing it, I'm just moving it a teeny tiny bit, and now when I grab this one, I can move it again. See, so that fixes the obstructed by monorail whatever thing. So we're gonna move it out, and you can see that the track wants to go up when I place it this far away. We don't want the track to go up, we want the track to stay down. So the furthest distance that the track stays straight, that's where we're gonna place our monorail. And if you wanna have it even longer, you can just keep extending it. So let me just place a couple of tracks down. With the move tool, we grab it, we move it over, and we're just waiting. There you go, until it does the curve, we pull it back and we place it. Grab it again. Keep pulling. Oh, curve back straight, and you can see the entire track stays straight. And you can keep doing this for as far as you need. Here, we again run into the obstructed error notification. To get rid of that, just put it back, grab this one, move it a teeny tiny bit. It sort of resets it. I don't know why. I mean, this is a glitch, right? It's a glitch, so we have to fix it with another glitch. And there you go, you can just keep moving it. Now, if we go all the way back to where we started, we can grab the terrain and take it up. Let me grab the biggest brush. There you go. And you can see that the monorail does not respond to the differences in terrain elevation. You can also do this if you want. You can raise it higher. Yes, you can also do this if you want to. So by doing this trick, the monorail stays in place. So this is the basic principle. You can make this as long as you want, or at least as long as the map borders allow, and you can curve it a little bit. With the basic technique now explained, we can start doing some fun stuff. So the first thing I want to show you is how to turn this into an elevated tour track slash bridge for your tour vehicles. Now, I did make it straight again, because that's just going to make it much easier, and I'll show you why. So we have our elevated, or rather our sunken tour track, and what we want to do to get our vehicles onto the track is raise it to like just the teeniest, tiniest bit above the track itself. You can see that it pretty much perfectly blends in from track to terrain. I'm gonna just go all the way around like this. So we have a spot where the cars can get on, and we have a spot where the cars can get off safely. And I suggest keeping this distance short anyway, because you will see that the pillars will disappear. It'll make sense as we start doing this. Okay. So with that done, we're now going to grab our tour vehicle. The most difficult way to do this would be if you're like, okay, I'm going to do it like this. And then I'm going to try to get this angle right. And you see that it's challenging to get it absolutely perfect and to get your cars right down the center line. So what you actually want to do to make it easier on yourself is grab the building, and you can see these dotted lines from where the fence would attach, right? And you want to fiddle about with it until you get those centered in the like the darker line down the middle of the tour track. There, about like that. Okay, so keep it in that orientation. Now obviously that is where the fence is attached, not the tour track. So you want to make sure that you place it like right in front of that. Let's get it nice and close actually. Bam. And now if we attach this, you can see that it goes perfectly straight along the monorail track. And now if you don't want your building to be right there, understandable, maybe you'll just do that. Grab another building, place it wherever you want, doesn't matter. Then you can connect that and you get rid of this one. Be careful not to get rid of your monorail track. All right, it is going to get rid of a little bit of the track, but you can see that we still have a straight piece left here. So it's fine. We're just going to follow this piece. And there you go. And now you can have your vehicle start wherever you want. And here you can see what happens, right? Because we put the tour track under the monorail track, it got rid of the pillars. And it looks a little bit silly the longer you make that distance. Okay, so now the building is connected and the tour starts going. And I can show you what I did over here. Oh, so there you go. The tour goes along the tracks just like that. I put in a little break here, you know, because we don't have any pillars. And you can see what kind of cool tours you can create in like exhibits with elevation in them. This is so much fun. Now, one thing to keep in mind again is that these tour tracks have no hitbox with the dinosaurs. So sometimes this Brachiosaurus will literally walk through the track. If you can't stand that, then this technique is not for you. You can opt to go for shorter dinosaurs who can just walk under it if that annoys you, but really, I don't mind too much. It's personal preference, I guess. It just depends on what frustrates you and what doesn't. Now, if you have your tour vehicles using the monorail track, you don't then also want a train to come barging down and crashing into everyone. I actually don't think it works. I don't think the train has a hitbox with anything. But, you know, again, just like with the phasing Brachiosaurus, that might look strange. However, when we go to delete this, something bad's gonna happen. It goes up, and you might think, oh my god, oh no, that's horrible, it's absolutely ruined. Fret not, fret not. We might have to shrink this terrain down a little bit. What you want to do is you want to delete like, you can see this really obvious curve here, right? The rest is just like a really gentle slope. This obvious curve, you want to delete it. Bam! And the track goes down. Same over here. You get rid of it, you see, bam, get rid of it. And just like that, there's no longer a tour building, there's no longer a monorail station attached. By doing that, you can get rid of the error notification at the top. You don't have to waste the space on the monorail stations. Now, you do want to make sure that you do not raise the terrain under the ends of the monorail track. That has to stay low. So you can go about it like creating a little pit for it. You could just like fill this with foliage and then, yeah, it's a little bit of wasted space. It's not too bad. The other option is, of course, that you're working with a park layout that just has a lot of plateau differences. And this just happens to be on a taller plateau. So you'll have this thing sticking out on the side of your plateau. It's something that you can either deal with or you can't, but that is one of the things that is gonna be part of this trick. All right, so we've achieved this. I'm now gonna show you something like this. Oh, perfect timing. Show view. Play. So this is sort of like a river cruise. You can see the track in the regular water. We have our Spinosaurus on one side, Suchomimus on the other. And ahead, fret not, we will not crash into the concrete wall of the lagoon. We're just gonna zoom on through, and now we're in the lagoon itself with Ichthyosaurus, Kronosaurus, a Mosasaurus right there. Hello! I think this is super, super cool. Okay, so something like this we're gonna recreate as well. Alright, so we have our starting point again, and now to have the monorail track go through regular water, you just want to raise it up, just like what we did with the tour track. It might take some fiddling to figure out what the right height is going to be with the water brush. There you go, first time's a charm. I love it when that happens. So yeah, we're about halfway between the last layer of the terrain elevation here. I'm gonna raise that up. Grab me water. And there you can see the tour track goes through the water. What I did in the exhibit is I lined it with invisible fencing. You don't have to do this, but this is to prevent dinosaurs from walking, you know, in front of the track itself. Just in case you don't like that. And it's also just a great way to separate it into two enclosures. So we've done that. And now, if you also want to add a lagoon like I did to have like the full water experience, obviously you're just going to have to extend it. And you can go two ways with it. What we did over here is we had the monorail go underwater, right? So it transitions from above water to underwater, which is kind of cool. But you can also keep it above water in both cases. So that's what I'm going to try here. Alright, so it looks like we're actually at the same elevation as the water. There, yeah, he just about skims the top of it. Gonna bring this water right until the edge. Now, of course, you know, you have to deal with that. What you could do is hide it with a bit of foliage. For example, my favorite tree might come in handy. There, create like a bit of an overhang, so it's not so obvious from a distance. But there you go, and now the monorail would go across this water and across that water. No Community 1380, the person who first brought this whole glitch to light on Reddit, shared this on Reddit that they were able to get an aviary over top of the monorail track as well. Trying to replicate this, however, has proven to be impossible for me. So clearly it does work. There is photographic evidence here. They play on PS5, so there's no mods at play here, but I haven't been able to replicate it. So I don't have a technique to share, like a foolproof way to make this work. It seems that maybe No Community somehow lucked into this with a glitch on top of a glitch. This is the best result that I was able to get. Obviously, if someone figures out a technique to make this work every single time so I can do a tutorial on it, then I definitely will do that in a future video. But for now, I have had no real success with getting the monorail into the aviary. However, I definitely encourage everyone out there to try, and if you do find a trick to make it work, please share it in a comment down below so we can share it with everyone else as well. I hope that you enjoyed these tips. If you did, give the video a like and consider subscribing for more tips. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game.